We're playing the new Legacy Riddler. Quantum Riddler plus Artist Talent equals broken shenanigans in this Legacy Storm deck. Let's go check it out. Before we begin this deck check, let's thank John who submitted this donation deck for everyone to enjoy. John loves the classic Riddler deck in Legacy with Riddlesmith and Containment Construct, but now there's better cards that we can be playing. And the first one is a newly printed Quantum Riddler from Edge of Eternities. 3 blue, 5 mana total for a 4/6 Sphinx with flying, and it has warp, which means that you can play it for 1 and a blue, and it goes onto the battlefield at the end of turn. You exile it, and then later on you can hard cast it for its normal mana value. But it has another ability, which is when it enters, you draw a card, and then if you would draw a card, and if you have 1 or fewer cards in your hand, you draw 2 instead. Well, if you combine this with Artist Talent, this enchantment that says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you can discard a card and draw a card, you end up churning through your library very quickly in this deck, featuring things like Chrome Mox, Lion's Eye Diamond, Lotus Petal, Mox Opal, all the shenanigans. So you're able to draw through your entire library, discarding things like Echo of Eons or the Runehorn Hellkite, which I've been loving in the Epic Storm, so I'm glad to see it here. And eventually you'll finish your opponent off with a lethal Grape Shot. That's the idea. But we're also an Urza Saga deck, so you have that backup beatdown game plan that also finds your key spell in Lion's Eye Diamond, which I enjoy quite a bit. It also finds the Pyrite Spellbomb. This kills Orcish Bowmasters or Dothy Voidwalker or anything like that, so I'm loving that here. In the sideboard, we have Into the Floodmaw, which is just, in my opinion, one of the best answers to be printed for Legacy Storm combo in such a long time. But also 2 copies of Wear Down. If you're unfamiliar with this card, it says you can gift your opponent a card, which means that they'll draw a card upon resolution. And if you promise your opponent the gift, you can destroy up to 2 artifacts and or enchantments this way. If you don't give them the gift, it's only 1. So you have 5 answer spells. You have Surgical Extraction for Dimir Reanimator and Oops All spells, Mindbreak Trap for opposing fast combo, Leyline of Anticipation allows you to win before hate even enters the battlefield, and then Haywire Might once again for hate like Leyline of the Void or things like that, and then a Soul Guide Lantern once again for that graveyard combo. That's the deck tech. Hopefully you enjoy the video. If you do, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you again to John for this donation deck. I really do appreciate your support. All right, everyone, let's hop into match number 1, and I will see you there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to match number 1 featuring the new Riddler in Legacy. Alright, we're on the draw. I have a first turn Echo of Eons, and if they're on a blue deck, I'm only 1 mana away from playing Defense Grid first. So we will try this. I don't know what they're actually playing today. City of Trader, so not a blue deck. They play a Lotus Petal, making a blue mana. Alright, so this is Show and Tell. Okay. They have 4 cards in their hand. Well, that does give me a protected turn 1 Echo of Eons. We'll play the Lion's Eye Diamond. Force of Will It. Come on, do it. Yeah, let's go. Veil of Summer. Ooh, we can't play the Rite of Flame, unfortunately. But we do get to draw a whole new hand here. So let's spin the wheel on Echo of Eons. No mana floating, Storm 5. They used their artifact, and they actually hit an Emrakul. That is not good for me. So they could put Emrakul into play next turn. And I drew a hand that doesn't do anything, so we'll put Urza Saga into play. I might just be dead to this artifact. We'll play Lotus Petal, the Mishra's Bauble. And then I think we have to land grant here, so they get to see that my hand does nothing. But if I get another turn, I want the land out of the deck. So we'll grab a Taiga, Mishra's Bauble them. Their top card is Brainstorm. We'll pass. We draw Gamble. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. And they do have the turn 2 Emrakul here. Oh, it has haste. I missed that. I thought you'd just put it into play. That's crazy. Oh, wow. All right. So I'm probably dead now. I did not realize that the creature gained haste. I would not have played out double Lotus Petal if I had realized. I don't think there's a way for us to win here. If I had realized that the creature had haste, we theoretically could win. I guess they had show and tell, or forcible pitching show and tell, so I was never winning. All right, they high rolled us a little bit there. But, you know, we'll just try to get one of the post-board, or both of the post-board games, I should say. All right, so let's bring in Haywire Might, get rid of the Pyrite Spellbomb, and I think that's it. We will submit. Game number 2, we're on the play. Yeah, this is good. We'll keep. Turn 1, Protected Echo of Eons if we want it. We'll play Chromox, and I think we do want it. They kept 7. We'll imprint the land grant, play Urza Saga, Lion's Eye Diamond, Veil of Summer, and they Force of Will exiling show and tell. We'll add 3 blue, and let's flash back the Echo of Eons, Storm 5. That resolved. Okay. I think I'm going to pass the turn here, because next turn I could play the Artist Talent with Veil of Summer backup. The fear is if I play Artist Talent right now, and then it gets Force of Willed, we do nothing. So I'd rather just wait a turn to make sure that the Artist Talent resolves. They play Misty Rainforest. Defense Grid. Urza Saga goes to the second chapter. Let's play the Defense Grid. They Force of Will exiling an Atraxa. I will Veil of Summer. They fetch in response. Brave Volcanic Island. And now they Brainstorm. Veil of Summer. Does it resolve? It does. Quantum Riddler. Ooh. We might have the combo next turn. I'm going to pass. You could try to play out Chromox and Lotus Petal to make a construct token, but I don't think that matters against Sneak and Show. Like, I don't think I'm actually going to be able to beat them to death, so I'm not going to do that. They fetch with a Scalding Tarn and a main phase Brainstorm. So on our turn, the Saga will go to the third chapter. We'll tap it for our colorless and then go grab Mox Opal, and then I can play Artist Talent into Quantum Riddler and then start doing the thing. Ooh, we drew another Mox Opal. Okay. So I still want to grab Mox Opal here. We'll tap for red. I'll take a couple points of damage. We'll play the Artist Talent. And then let's play Mox Opal. And I'm going to discard the Ancient Tomb. Not because I don't want 2 mana, but it's because I don't think that card is what matters right now. And what matters right now is just chaining into the Quantum Riddler with all of our combo pieces. So we'll draw here, play Lion's Eye Diamond, discard the Echo of Eons. This only draws 1 for now. Ooh. I don't know what happens with double Riddler, but I would like to find out. We'll discard Gamble. We'll make a blue. We'll warp another Quantum Riddler. Play Mox Opal. Discard the Grape Shot. Oh, baby. I'm going to draw a bunch of cards here, apparently. Okay, this is nutty. I like this. I like this quite a lot. All right, we'll play Chromox. Discard the Echo of Eons. Imprint the Artist Talent. Play our Urza Saga. Chromox. I should have held the Saga because now I don't get the triggers. My bad. All right, so we'll add 3 blue. We'll use the green. And we'll flashback Echo. We do draw the extra cards here off of the Quantum Riddlers. So we'll draw 9 cards, I believe. Yep. Okay. Let's tap the Saga for mana. And maybe I'm just being greedy, but I want to put another Quantum Riddler in play. This is just too fun. All right, so we'll discard the Ancient Tomb. Play Lotus Petal. Discard Taiga. Lotus Petal. Discard Urza's Saga. We'll gamble. Discard the Echo of Eons. Grab a Lion's Eye Diamond. We'll play it. Discard Defense Grid. We'll play Land Grant. Discard Defense Grid. Grab a Tropical Island, I guess. And I think we'll just flash. Actually, I could just gamble for Grape Shot here. Alright. We'll gamble. Discard the Echo. Go grab the Grape Shot. Play the Lotus Petal. Discard the Veil of Summer. Here we go. Love it. Alright, whole new hand right there. Red, white, and we'll play Grape Shot. Storm 20. Pew pew. Discard the Urza Saga. Alright, that was pretty fun. I like that quite a bit. I can see why John wanted to submit this now. Alright, let's just win game number 3. Let's just send it. No changes. Game number 3. We've opened up a turn 1 Echo of Eons with protection 3 games in a row. Let's do it. Pretty excited about this. Volcanic Island. Ancient Tomb. Third grid, okay. I was hoping for an Ancient Tomb so I could double Defense Grid this turn. We'll imprint the Gamble, play Lotus Petal. We'll try Defense Grid. They brainstorm in response. I would like it if my Defense Grid resolved. I think that would be nifty. What do you think, audience? Would that be good? I think it would be. Our opponent disagrees. They exile stock up. I will pass the turn. There's no reason to just jam here when I have 2 more Defense Grids in my hand. If the opponent plays a Show and Tell, I can also put in Defense Grid. They play another Brainstorm. I would still like to draw Ancient Tomb for turn. Or a Rite of Flame. I would take a Rite of Flame. They play a Scalding Tarn, 2 lands in play now compared to my 0. They have 4 cards in hand. Mox Opal. So that requires the Diamond to resolve. We'll play the Lion's Eye Diamond. Really nervous about this. Okay, it does resolve. Mox Opal. Let's try Defense Grid. Number 2. Hey, it resolves, so now we'll spin. Right round, baby, right round. Storm 4. Okay, so I can... trying to think of the best way to do this. I can Opal for red, plus Ancient Tomb. Okay, I think there's a way to do this. So, now we Ancient Tomb. I need to Rite a Flame. We'll play the Artist Talent. Oh, I forgot to Rite a Flame. I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. I even said we need to Rite a Flame and then I didn't do it. It was Rite a Flame in a gamble. That was so bad. I'll just play the Haywire Might. Ah, what is wrong with me? It's like I don't even want to win matches of Magic. Brutal. And now they're fetching. If I die here, I'm going to be very sad. Thundering Falls. And they kept a card on top. Hopefully it's just Show and Tell into Atraxa, and then I'll put in my Quantum Riddler. Well, let's see what they do. Don't kill me. Don't do it. You don't want to win this match. Come on. Land number 3. Okay, I'm also fine with you passing the turn. We draw another Rite of Flame. Let's warp the Quantum Riddler. And it resolves, so we'll draw a card. Rite of Flame. Trigger the Artist Talent. I think we'll get rid of the Chromox here. Veil of Summer. Not the best draw when I'm stuck on mana. We will Rite a Flame. Discard the Veil of Summer. There we go. Gamble. Discard the Urza Saga. I think now I grab an Echo of Eons. I'm sorry, a Lion's Eye Diamond. Alternatively, I could grab the Runehorn Hellkite, but if I discard the Opal, it would be bad for me, so I think it's supposed to be Lion's Eye Diamond. Alright, we'll play Lion's Eye Diamond. Discard the Echo of Eons. And I think I'm actually going to be able to power through a Force of Will here. We'll play Lotus Petal. Discard the Urza Saga. Yeah, this combo is broken. The Riddler Artist Talent combo. We'll play Defense Grid. So now, even if they had Force of Will, I think I've got them. Defense Grid. Alright, so they can't cast spells anymore. We'll play the Lotus Petal, discard Ancient Tomb. Another Riddler. Don't mind if I do. Let's warp that bad boy right into play. Storm is 9. We'll play Mox Opal. Discard the Taiga. Triggers happen. Love to see it. Storm is 10. We'll keep the new Opal. Lotus Petal. Discard the Veil of Summer. The opponent's pausing. Like, the only thing that they could have here is a Fairy Macabre for my Echo of Eons, but I'm not even convinced that matters. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't when I'm holding a Gamble in my hand. We'll play Lion's Eye Diamond. Discard the Quantum Riddler. Triggers. Up to 4 cards in hand now. We'll play the Lotus Petal. Yeah, this is really powerful. So in order to make room for the Quantum Riddler, we got rid of Stock Up, which I wasn't convinced was right, but I was willing to believe that it could be. And now that I'm playing it, if you're able to assemble Artist Talent plus Quantum Riddler, it's disgusting. More powerful than Stock Up. But I think in the setup phases of the game, Stock Up is likely better, but I'd also be open to being wrong about that. Alright, so I think one of the few ways we lose this is if I accidentally discard my discard my Grape Shot and then it gets exiled to a Fairy Macabre. So I'm wondering if I should just spin the wheel on Echo of Eons here. Actually, no, let's just gamble. I don't have to gamble for Grape Shot. I can just use Gamble as a cantrip. Discard the Quantum Riddler. Our opponent tried to cast something there. I'm not sure what, but they tried something. Like, it said, like, our opponent was trying to do whatever, and it just didn't work out for them. We'll grab the Rite of Flame. Cast Rite of Flame. Discard Ancient Tomb. And we'll draw 3 cards here. 15 cards left in our library. Play the other Rite of Flame. Discard Defense Grid. Another Gamble. Play the Mishra's Bauble. Discard Artist Talent. This will draw 3 cards now. Okay. We'll Land Grant. Discard the Mishra's Bauble. Oh no, no more lands. We will Gamble. Discard the Urza Saga. We'll draw 3. Swarm is now 20. This Grape Shot just living on the bottom of our deck. We'll grab the Ancient Tomb. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. Discard the Ancient Tomb. Can no longer Runehorn Hellkite with this few cards left. Lion's Eye Diamond. We'll discard the Runehorn Hellkite. This draws 3. It's the bottom 2 of my deck. We'll play Land Grant. Discard Defense Grid. This won't trigger the Quantum Riddler. There it is. And now we'll Grape Shot for lethal. Okay. It's from 24. Boom. Well, we got the match. We got crushed in game number 1, and then both post-board games we assembled Artist Talent plus Quantum Riddler, and we made easy work of our opponents. So that was an awesome round. John, I think you stumbled onto something super powerful. The new Riddler seems very good. Let's go get match number 2. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. The second match, we're on the draw, and we've opened up a hand with 3 lands and a land grant. Not the best, but maybe keepable. But then we have both Pyrite Spellbomb, which isn't a card you want in your hand here, and the Grape Shot. So I'm going to mulligan. I just don't think that this is a keep. Okay. I'm not so sure about this one. I say we keep it and we get rid of the defense grid, because we don't even know if our opponent's playing blue. Well, it turns out that they are. Okay. They grab an Underground Sea. Tamiyo Inquisitive Student. We'll play Tropical Island, pass the turn. You could just play Urza Saga on the first turn, but I'm not sure if we want to try to be a construct gamer or not this game. Really depends on what the opponent does. And a second turn Brainstorm. Okay. That hurts. And now they use a Flooded Strand into Ponder. They did not shuffle on the Ponder. And now they plus the Tamiyo. Another land grant. Not a good draw. I'll play Urza Saga. And I think I'm supposed to just warp the Quantum Riddler here. I'm shields down for the Veil of Summer protection, but I need to draw something that isn't terrible here. Another land. Brutal. Things are not looking great. So the Quantum Riddler goes to exile and we can cast it at a later point in time. And of course they Thoughtseize me now that I'm not holding open Veil of Summer. Yeah. They play another land. They plus the Tamiyo. Chrome Mox. Okay. Play the Taiga. And I think you're supposed to gamble here for the Runehorn Hellkite. And that might seem crazy, but next turn I can use it uncounterable off the Lion's Eye Diamond, so they can't even Force of Will. We got rid of a Rite of Flame. I mean, I would have preferred to discard a land grant, but not the end of the world. We will pass the turn. And now they Entomb for Atraxa Grand Unifier. They also have the Reanimate effect, so Animate Dead happens. They did not hit a Wasteland. That is upside for us. They chose Entomb, Brazen Borrower, Reanimate, and Underground Sea. And now they Entomb for Archon of Cruelty. And they're going to Reanimate the Archon. I'll discard the Runehorn Hellkite. They plus the Tamiyo, so next turn it can ultimate. End step, we will make a construct token. Okay, it's our time to shine. Chrome Mox. We will tap the Urza Saga for mana. Go grab a Lion's Eye Diamond. Let's play the Chrome Mox, and then we can imprint the land grant. If they Force of Will this, we could just play the land grant for the final land, so it doesn't really matter if they Force of Will or not. Okay, and now we'll add 3 red, 6 mana, and we will activate the Runehorn Hellkite. I mean, if they don't have a Force, this does something. I'm just worried about them having Force. We'll play Ancient Tomb and Artist Talent. We have a mana floating plus the Tropical Island. We will warp the Quantum Riddler. This is risky because of days, but I think it's the line we're supposed to take. Chrome Mox, okay. So we'll play Chrome Mox here, just because I'd like my Lion's Eye Diamond to not get dazed. We'll discard the Ancient Tomb. And I did not draw an imprintable. And now they're going to daze the Chrome Mox. Could have dazed the Riddler. I have to play the Lion's Eye Diamond here. Trigger the Artist Talent. Discard the Urza Saga. That's not good. I think I ran out of gas. I needed another 0. And they have lethal on board. Because, I mean, they're also going to draw half their deck. But they have 15 damage in the air. And I'm going to lose my Riddler. Alright, we did not get there. I don't see a line through this. Okay, so we lose game number 1. I mean, I think I played it relatively well setting up the Runehorn Hellkite, but we needed a better 7. We'll bring in the Surgical Extraction. You want to keep in the Pyrite Spellbomb for Dauthi Voidwalker, so don't get rid of that. Get rid of the Mishra's Baubles. A lot of these decks are playing some number of Null Rod in the sideboard, so I think you want to bring in a couple copies of Into the Floodmaw. And I wonder how crazy it is to actually just cut Rite of Flame. And then we could bring back in the Mishra's Bauble for Mox Opal consistency. I think I like this more. Like, yeah, you have a little bit less mana, but I think that's okay. Like, we have mana consistency because, like, my mind went to, what if we boarded out Land Grant? But then it's really tough to cast Into the Floodmaw, so I don't think you actually want to do that. I was too busy running my mouth. I just realized I never sided in the Soul Guide Lantern. You can't stop me. I just make misplay after misplay. Okay. Well, if I win this game, I will correct it for game 3. We'll keep this. Yeah, there should be a Soul Guide Lantern in my deck right now. They kept 7 as well. We'll play Lotus Petal, Mox Opal, and Urza's Saga. Hopefully they kept a hand that's just Thoughtseizes and Force of Wills and can't interact with my Construct token. Alright, first turn Misty Rainforest. Runehorn Hellkite was a very good draw here. Because now I can go grab a Lion's Eye Diamond next turn, and then we can just draw a new hand. End step, they fetch for an Undercity Sewers. So they did not entomb, which I think means that I'm going to just make Construct tokens rather than go for the Lion's Eye Diamond Runehorn Hellkite. Like, I can still grab Lion's Eye Diamond, I just don't need to use the Runehorn Hellkite immediately. So we'll make a Construct here. I go to 18. We draw an Echo of Eons. Let's make another Construct. Trigger. They fetch. We'll grab a Lion's Eye Diamond. Let's go to combat. Attack for 5. Swing. Brazen Borrower. Bowmasters. Okay, sure. So I go to 15. And they're going to chump block most likely. And they do. We will pass the turn. They play a Ponder. They shuffled off the Ponder. 7 cards in hand. Into Tamiyo Inquisitive Student. We draw Mishra's Bauble, which is great here because now our constructs are 6/6s. We'll go to combat. Swing. They block with the Tamiyo. They're at 12. I'm going to just pass here. Like, I was thinking about maybe grape-shotting the Orcish Bowmasters, but I don't know if I even care that much. Like, I know that I could play the Grape Shot. I'm just not convinced it's the right move. And now they'll Surveil with Undercity Sewers. Also, the Tamiyo block sort of tells me that they have a Reanimate in their hand, but no creature. So I think that they might be trying to reanimate the Tamiyo. I could be wrong. Artist Talent. We will swing. Another Orcish Bowmasters. Okay. They block with the Construct. I'm sorry, they block with the Orc Army and 1 Bowmasters. Alright, maybe I should just Grape Shot here. And we'll put both copies on the Orcish Bowmasters. They have 5 cards in hand. We will pass the turn. Reanimate Orcish Bowmaster. So I was right about my Reanimate read. Okay, so now they have another pair of blockers. We'll play Chrome Mox. And I think we imprint the Quantum Riddler. We will just go to combat. Swing. Petty Theft. Oh, we will attempt a Veil of Summer. They have 4 cards, so there's a chance that this gets Force of Willed. Force of Negation. Close enough. So I'm going to lose one of my Construct tokens here. Okay. They're back up to 3 cards in hand after their draw step. Thoughtseize. I don't think I care about that. I guess they could reanimate my dragon. I do have enough mana to flashback, or I'm sorry, not flashback, but activate the dragon if they tried, but then it triggers Orcish Bowmasters and a large Murktide Regent. So their Murktide Regent is larger than my Construct token right now. Okay. Lion's Eye Diamond, so now they're the same size. They have to block. So I'm trading a Construct token with a 7/7 Murktide Regent. They can't Force of Will, so I can resolve Echo of Eons here. The issue is I'm at 11. So with the Bowmasters on the table, I'm very close to dead. We'll do blue and red. Flashback the Echo. I'm going to take 7 damage here, going down to 4. Yeah, this was my fear, is that we end up with something like this. But maybe with them being at 7, I can gamble for Grape Shot and like cobble together a win. So gamble for Grape Shot would be 3. Let's say we discard like a 0, 1. So that'd be 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would need to discard like the land or the Echo. We'll gamble. And I think we have to get the Grape Shot here. Gets rid of land grant. So I have to gamble and then not discard one of the spells. I'm asking for a lot here. So I guess if that's the case, maybe I'm supposed to play out the zeros. I'll gamble now, I think, and we're going to grab Veil of Summer and hope that they force it. We'll grab Veil of Summer. Discard Urza Saga, that was perfect. Alright, so now I will Veil of Summer. Storm is 5. That just resolved. Mishra's Bauble. Play the Chrome Mox. Storm 7. No, and then we'll cast Grape Shot for 8. Target you. Okay, we did it. We cobbled together a win. Construct tokens did enough damage for a mini Grape Shot to do the rest. Nice. Let's bring in the Soul Guide Lantern. Let's not mess that up again. Maybe board out 1 Quantum Riddler. Another thought is like, do I want the 3rd Into the Flood mob because they did show us Dothy Voidwalker, and maybe get rid of 1 more Quantum Riddler? I think I'll try this because they also didn't draw Null Rod that game. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't lose the hate pieces. They mulliganed. So double land grant is interesting. I think I'm going to try this, but I don't love it. Like, having Veil of Summer is very good in the matchup. So that's why I'm willing to keep this. They play Misty Rainforest, Underground Sea, and Tamiyo Inquisitive Student. 4 cards in their hand. Artist Talent number 2 is not a good draw. So we'll play Land Grant. I mean, if they have Daze plus Forcible, they could keep me off mana. We'll play the Taiga. We'll play Mishra's Bauble. Look at my top card. If I don't want the top card, we can then play the other Land Grant just to shuffle. Lotus Petal. I don't think Lotus Petal's that good here, so I'll play Land Grant. And I think we just grab the other Taiga. No, let's grab the Tropical Island. In case they play like a Dothy Voidwalker or something, I'll already have the blue. So now we draw off the Mishra's Bauble. Chrome Mox. An okay draw. They swing. They get to create a clue token. And Brainstorm to flip the Tamiyo. They plus the Tamiyo, 5 cards in hand, Wasteland. Okay. Yep. That hurt. Defense Grid. We'll play Chrome Mox. Imprint the Artist Talent. And we'll play the other Artist Talent. This is probably going to get dazed based on their pauses on the first turn. Ooh, no. They're just going to Force of Will. Okay. Interesting. We really need a Lion's Eye Diamond right now. They ponder. They did not shuffle. They found another Wasteland. That is not good for me. Come on. Tamiyo goes up to 6. They're very close to being able to ultimate that Tamiyo. Well, that's technically a Lion's Eye Diamond if I don't discard it. The pause here. Search out the diamond. We discard Echo. I'll play Lion's Eye Diamond. We lose to a Daze. They did not have Daze last turn, though. Flashback the Echo of Eons. Storm 3. And they have their last 2 cards in hand are Force of Will and Force of Negation. So I've lost this one. I'm not going to play out the last 2 turns while they ultimate their Tamiyo. Brutal. They drew fairly well game 3. They had Tamiyo flipped on turn 2 plus triple Force effect. Yeah, so plus double Wasteland. Like, sometimes you just lose, and that happens in Magic. We just lost to the best deck in the format. We are now 1-1 in this Legacy League. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $15.99. This token combo pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens featuring classic Storm and Mana tokens with new inclusions such as our modern Ruby Storm package, but that's not all. Our token pack covers a variety of formats from Pauper to CDH with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. Round number 3 on the draw, and I have a turn 1 Runehorn Hellkite activation. I don't know what the opponent's playing, but I'm going to try this. Or, if they're not on blue and we draw a red mana, I could gamble for Echo of Eons and then have 3 mana floating, which I think would be more ideal, but let's see what the opponent's up to first. Mountain. Mountain past the turn is scary. What are you doing? We'll play Lion's Eye Diamond. Lion's Eye Diamond. I think we're just going to use the Runehorn Hellkite here. Let's draw 7. Show me what you're working with. They lightning bolt me in response. Sure, I'm at 17. They had Force Will blue card. Predict Wasteland. Weird. We'll play Lotus Petal. Urza's Saga. And then let's try to resolve Defense Grid here. They have a Force of Will. Exiling Force of Will. Okay, so that's 3 down. I need more mana, though. We are very mana hungry right now. They play Polluted Delta. Saga will go to the second chapter. Ancient Tomb is a good one. So I could play Defense Grid, or I can make a Construct, and I think I would like to make Constructs. Especially if our opponent is not going to do anything. They grab Thundering Falls. They put a card on top. Misty Rainforest. Volcanic Island. Quarry Steelcutter. Okay. End step, we'll go to 15, make a Construct. Go to our turn. Another Ancient Tomb. Let's make another Construct here. This might be crazy, but part of me wonders if Mox Opal would be better than Lion's Eye Diamond here. Because I can't cast Gamble for Echo of Eons. But maybe that's dumb. Maybe I should just grab the Diamond. Yeah, we'll grab Lion's Eye Diamond. I think I'm just being silly. Play the Ancient Tomb. Go to 11. We'll play Defense Grid. They have 4 cards in their hand. Force of Negation, exiling Sprite Dragon. Okay, the opponent's playing a wild deck. We'll swing for 3. They're at 14. They Lightning Bolt a Construct. Sure. They have 1 card in their hand now. 2 after they draw. Mishra's Bauble. And now they swing for 3. I'll go to 8. And they use the Mishra's Bauble immediately. So now they'll draw my upkeep. Opal gives me red mana. Play Rite of Flame. Gamble. Grab Echo of Eons. I mean, I think I'm supposed to use the Ancient Tomb and go to 6. If I died a double Lightning Bolt, congratulations, you earned it. But I think I need to maximize my colors here. So that is why I'm going to Echo using an Ancient Tomb. I'm putting myself at 6. We redrew the Grape Shot. Okay, so we'll play the Diamond. Play Lotus Petal. We'll play the Urza Saga. Play the Pyrite Spellbomb. And then Mox Opal. So I think I want to attack for 5 here and hope they don't block. Because they could cast 2 spells and make a blocker, and I don't want that. So we'll swing 5. Post-combat, I'll play the Land Grant. Storm is 9. And then Grape Shot is lethal. They drew triple force this game. They drew triple force. That's pretty good. We'll grab Taiga. And I will Grape Shot for Storm 10. And if for some reason they live here, I could Lion's Eye Diamond for red mana and then Pyrite Spellbomb them. I guess if they made a blocker, I could have Pyrite Spellbombed the blocker too. Sweet. Facing blue-red tempo. So these decks tend to play 2 Null Rod and 2 Grafdigger's Cage. So we definitely want the Into the Flood Maws. Haywire Might's weird because it doesn't answer Null Rod, and it also, you can't get it off of Urza Saga with a Grafdigger's Cage in play, so I'm not sure if you're supposed to sideboard it in. I think I'm going to, just because it's a clean swap with 4 copies of Rite of Flame. And like just naturally drawing it or gambling for it, I think is okay enough. So we'll try this out. The last time I recorded this deck, I played 4 Veil of Summer, 4 Defense Grid. John's list cuts down to 2 Veil of Summer. I don't know if I love it. The trade-off here is that John is playing 2 Mishra's Baubles, and they've been okay this league. They enable Metalcraft, but they also make your constructs larger, so I get it. but we're facing a lot of blue decks, and it'd be nice if our spells resolved slightly more often. This seems great. Keep. Just need to draw an Echo of Eons or a Gamble. Volcanic Island. Into the Flood Maw. We'll play the Urza Saga. I don't want to play out all of my artifacts because we are facing Izzet, a deck that could be playing Meltdown. They play an island. Into Quarry Steelcutter. No trigger. Okay, 5 cards still in their hand. Gamble. I think I'm going to just discard the Quantum Riddler here. And then next turn we tap the Saga for mana, go get like a Lotus Petal or a Mox Opal, and then try to win. Alright, Ponder on the stack. They play Scalding Tarn. Still no second spell for the Quarry Steelcutter. Chrome Mox was a very good draw. So we've added a colorless. Let's grab Mox Opal. Play Chrome Mox. Imprint the Into the Flood Maw. Play Lotus Petal. Let's see if they counterspell a Lion's Eye Diamond. They don't. Okay, I was hoping they would. We'll try Defense Grid. They Force of Will, pitching Force of Will. I will try a Veil of Summer. They have 3 cards remaining in their hand. They make a red mana. Is this a Daze? It is a Daze. So they get to trigger their Quarry Steelcutter here. So I'm going to pay for Daze. There's a chance I lose to Meltdown. There's also a chance I draw a red mana and then I can gamble and then win this turn. So we'll see what happens. Veil of Summer. That does not gamble. So now we will pray to the Storm God Kuranos that we don't get hit by Meltdown and everything goes right. All we needed was a red mana there. We did not draw it. They replay the Volcanic Island. 2 blue. And they have Null Rod. Come on. Brutal. That's just, honestly, that's worse than Meltdown. Yeah. Devastating. Okay. Is this Meltdown too? It looks like they're Pyroblast. Okay. We were 1 mana short there. So I guess if we drew the... Wait, we don't have a Volcanic Island. So there's no way that works. I was thinking that if we could gamble for Into the Flood Maw, and then we discarded a card that didn't matter, and we drew Echo, there'd be a chance. But we don't have a Volcanic Island in the deck, so I'd have to actually hit multiple mana sources. I mean, that casts Gamble. So I can go get Into the Flood Maw, but I would need to draw the lone Tropical Island to cast it. Okay. So I need to draw a Tropical Island now into Echo of Eons. They have a Wasteland. Alright, I'm at 12. We have to pass the turn. I'm at 9. That's not it. Pass. So they now have 3 cards in their hand. Dragon's Rage Channeler. And a Mishra's Bauble. I'm good to concede to that because I'm 2 draws away from winning. So that's good enough. Off to game 3. Send it back. Alright, let's try to get game 3 on the play. No, this hand's very bad. Okay. Keep, and then I think we bottom the Into the Flood Maw. Lotus Petal. Lion's Eye Diamond. Lion's Eye Diamond. Play the Urza Saga. And let's gamble. If this gets countered, we just Saga game plan. And now we'll grab the Runehorn Hellkite. Ooh, okay, so something we could do is just pass. And then if they melt down, I just Hellkite. And if they do nothing, I Construct. I don't know if there's a downside here. So now they're going to use their Flooded Strand. And they Ponder. They did not shuffle on the Ponder. That is scary. They play Mishra's Bauble. And they use the card right away. Another Mishra's Bauble. And another Bauble. Sure. So they draw here. Pyrite Spellbomb. Not going to play that because I'd like to make constructs. And now they use the other Mishra's Bauble. Will you use Mishra's Bauble number 3? They're so close to threshold already. Look at them. Wasteland. That's a bummer. Destroys my Ancient Tomb. Okay, so I'll make a construct. We have a 3/3. And now they're going to use Mishra's Bauble. Tapping for a red. Here's the Meltdown. Alright, so now we'll use the Runehorn Hellkite. So we lose a construct token, and then next turn the Saga's coming off of the it's going to the 3rd chapter, so we'll be able to grab, I was going to say another Lion's Eye Diamond, but then we drew the other 2 with no other payoff. They had a Null Rod. They could have played Null Rod that turn. Interesting. I think they messed up. So, what am I grabbing here off of this Urza Saga? That's the big question for me right now. The Lotus Petal's the draw. I think it's got to be a Mishra's Bauble. I just need to draw into a card that does something. They're going to draw a Scalding Tarn. We'll play Taiga, pass the turn. We draw Haywire Might and Ponder. They did not shuffle off Ponder. They play Volcanic Island into a Dragon's Rage Channeler. I feel very far away from being able to do anything. I think our best chances of winning are drawing Artist Talent and it somehow resolving. Play the Ancient Tomb. I guess I'll play Haywire Might. I'm trying to protect Tropical Island, so that way if I have to play a Into the Floodmaw later, it's still there. Now they cast Ponder. I almost wish that the deck list had a second copy of Runehorn Hellkite. Because if you're only going to play 2 Veil of Summer, having an uncounterable draw 7 is very good, and your deck naturally is very good at putting it to the graveyard with all the Artist Talents. Wasteland. They go after the Ancient Tomb. Okay. They swing. I'll go to 15. I guess one way I could win is if I drew an Urza Saga. We got a little bit of like chip damage in, and then mini Grape Shot. Mishra's Bauble them. Another Scalding Tarn revealed. I guess I'll play the Tropical Island here and just attack for 1. Lion's Eye Diamond. They're going to Forcible Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay. So they get to Surveil. I'll play another Lion's Eye Diamond. 4 cards still in their hand. And they Forcible here as well. 2 cards left in their hand. I could try to kill both their creatures with the Grape Shot. So that's all 4 Lion's Eye Diamonds gone. So if I'm going to resolve these Echoes, I probably need to draw an Artist Talent. Grape Shot for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then same targets. So we're putting 4 on each creature. So this way if they had Daze, I guess they could Daze and protect the Sprite Dragon. Okay, pass. We are all out of Lion's Eye Diamonds. And now they play Corey Steelcutter, which I probably need to use this Haywire Might on. And Dragon's Rage Channeler. Brutal. And they have Wasteland as their last card. Oh, that's so tough. Goodbye my Taiga, and now I don't have red mana for Artist Talent. They swing for 2. I'm at 9. Another Quantum Riddler. I think I just have to get rid of the Corey Steelcutter. So this puts me back up to 11. Pass the turn. Thundering Falls. So this will put me down to 7. Opal, I don't know how good that actually is here. We'll warp the Quantum Riddler. Draw. Chrome Mox. I think we pass. So if I draw a mana, I can hard cast a Quantum Riddler next turn, which would actually be very good. They make a red here. Never mind, they drew Meltdown. I cannot cast the Quantum Riddler, even if I drew a mana. And there's no Rite of Flame in the deck either, so I don't think I have a draw that saves me anymore. They kept the card on top with the Surveil from the Channeler. So this puts me to 2. I'm going to see what my draw step is, but I believe we've been beaten. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. I guess I'll go out on my own terms. Alright, so we lose. And that's the match. We are now 1-2. The Gold Sabertooth times the Epic Storm collection has arrived with 3 full-size tokens showcasing the beloved Dark Ritual, CDH Rogsai, and Legacy of the Epic Storm for just $5. On the backs of these tokens, there's a place for my signature or a custom message. In addition to these sweet tokens, a friendly reminder that all orders that ship from theepicstorm.com also come with a signed Storm token from yours truly. For round number 4, we're on the play this time. Let's get a win. Can we make that happen? Triple Mox Opal. I think I'm going to keep this. It's very risky because if they Force of Will my Lion's Eye Diamond, I do nothing. If they Wasteland the Urza Saga, we're set very far behind. I'm aware of all of these things. But I don't know if they're playing blue. We do have a Veil of Summer. And I think that it's good enough where I'm allowed to keep it. It's just not amazing. We'll play an Opal, play Urza Saga, and we will pass. Any artifact off the top would give me, they have a Wasteland, so goodbye to my Urza Saga. Any artifact off the top does give me Protected Echo. We'll pass the turn. I don't know if they're playing blue or not. I'm not going to risk losing the game when I have a Veil of Summer. Misty Rainforest. Okay, I shouldn't have said any artifact. Any artifact that wasn't defense grid. Thundering Falls. And now they brainstorm. They play Flooded Strand for another Volcanic Island. Dragon's Rage Channeler, so likely the Izzet Prowess deck again, but our opponent was playing Predict and stuff last game. That wasn't normal. We drew an artifact, so hopefully this resolves. It does. And now we're going to use some Mox Opals as Lotus Petals here. Okay, we'll tap for green this time. Play another Mox Opal. Defense grid. They Force of Will, exiling Delver of Secrets. I will Veil of Summer. They have 4 cards in their hand. Force of Will, exiling Daze. Pretty good hand. Double Force, Daze, Wasteland. So am I supposed to jam the gamble into a Daze here? I think I'm going to be disciplined and pass so I don't lose to it. If they have double Daze, I don't lose. It's going to feel bad if they like Wasteland me and I'm stuck on mana anyway. Or if they find the 3rd Force of Will. They play Delver of Secrets, 2 cards, Wasteland. Yep. I need a mana here. That is mana. Alright, so gamble. We'll grab Echo of Eons. Make 3 blue. Flashback. I'm at 17, 2 blue mana floating. Storm is 2. And they did have the Daze. So they had double Daze, double Wasteland, double Force by turn 5. You know, average draw for Izzet Delver. No big deal. We'll resolve our Echo of Eons now. I think I'm going to pass the turn. So I could try to resolve defense grid here, but next turn I can just tap the Ancient Tomb and not burn a bunch of resources. And why that's important is that Artist Talent is my payoff here, or my action spell here, and I need that Artist Talent to have fuel to trigger it. If I play the defense grid on my turn, I'm burning all of those cards that would trigger the Artist Talent. Ay, ay, ay. So many Wastelands. Echo was a very good draw. We'll play Tropical Island. Play Chromox. Imprint the land grant. We'll play Lotus Petal. Try Defense Grid. Hopefully this resolves. They brainstorm in response. Defense Grid on the stack. Hey, that was good. So now we'll play Artist Talent. Lion's Eye Diamond. Trigger the Artist Talent. Discard the Echo. I'll take a Lotus Petal. Play Lotus Petal. And now we'll flashback Echo of Eons. Storm is 8. Play Mox Opal. Discard Echo of Eons. Keep the new one. Let's float a red. We'll play another Mox Opal. Discard the Urza's Saga. There's Grape Shot. I don't know if we can get up to lethal here before we have to Echo. It's going to be tough because they're at 16. Diamond was good. Okay, I think we might be able to now. Because I can play the Spellbomb. I'm pretty sure I can. I could play Spellbomb. And I'm not going to discard anything now. And it doesn't matter because I drew the Opal. But I can use the Lion's Eye Diamond to pay for the activation of Pyrite Spellbomb. And now we Grape Shot for 15. Plus the Spellbomb is lethal. Target you. And then... Okay, they conceded, but we would have used the Lotus Petal there. So I guess I didn't need the Lion's Eye Diamond, but that was a cool one. They drew a lot of hate, and we still won. Once again, I'm going to sideboard out Rite of Flames, bring in the Haywire Might, and into the Flood Maws. Whoops, we do not want Leyline of Anticipation. Let's try this out. Game number 2. Yeah, I'm down to keep this. I mean, I hope that they don't have a Wasteland game, and then we can just destroy them with Urza Sagas. That would be delightful. Polluted Delta. Volcanic Island into Delver of Secrets. We'll play the Urza Saga past the turn. Delver of Secrets did not flip. They play a Scalding Tarn. Another Urza Saga. We'll play Ancient Tomb. Pass. They search out Thundering Falls. They find Force of Will. So we know that they have counter magic now. So we'll go to 16. They play Scalding Tarn. On the end step, we'll put ourselves down to 14. Another Ancient Tomb. We'll make a Construct. Trigger the 3rd chapter of Urza's Saga. Let's grab Pyrite Spellbomb, because that allows me to potentially kill this Delver of Secrets later. We'll play another Urza Saga, and I'll attack for 3. They're at 15. They swing. This will put me down to 9. Channeler. Okay. Lotus Petal. So I need this Petal to resolve when I know that they have Force of Will in their hand. What to do, what to do? I mean, I could play Defense Grid, putting myself at 7. They would force it, and then I would have Petal. What are the odds they would just Force Will a Lotus Petal anyway, though? I'll play Lotus Petal, and it resolves. We will go to combat, swing, no blocks. We'll make a construct. So this puts them to 5. We'll play another Urza's Saga, pass the turn. They swing. I think I need 2 Pyrite Spellbomb here. Kill the Delver of Secret / Insectile Aberration. They play land number 4. Okay, so now our saga will go to the final chapter. I mean, oh, they just conceded. I don't even think I need to tap the Ancient Tomb here. I was about to undo when they conceded. But we got it. So I played 1 spell that entire game, and it was a Lotus Petal, and we got the win. Pretty cool. All right, we are now 2-2 with 1 final match left to go. Let's go win it. Want early access to articles at theepicstorm.com? Become a member of our Patreon to get articles 7 days early, on top of other sweet benefits, and help us pay our website team. You can sign up at patreon.com/theepicstorm. The last match, we're on the play with Riddler in Legacy. Okay, I think that this is a keep. I don't know what our opponent's playing, is the downside. So I can play turn 1 Defense Grid pass. We'll play Lotus Petal, throw Mox, imprint the Quantum Riddler. We'll play Mox Opal, and let's try Defense Grid. That resolves, pass the turn. So if I draw a mana, I could just gamble for another Echo next turn, and then no matter what, an Echo gets discarded, and we can flash back. It looks like they're not on a blue deck. They're on Mystic Forge combo, aka Karn Forge. Something good. Another gamble. So I guess we're going to take the 66% chance that we keep Lion's Eye Diamond here. Select Lion's Eye Diamond. Obviously, he goes to the graveyard. All right, we'll try a 50-50. This time, never lucky. All right, pass the turn. Brutal. That was devastating. Some people call gamble the red entomb, and I would not blame them. I think it's very reasonable. Maybe not Karn Forge. Maybe you're just Jewel Shops? Or no, I'm sorry, this is Legacy. Jewel Combo. They play the One Ring. Our deck cannot beat the One Ring. There's Cyborg outright a Flame. Game 2, we're on the play. Turn 1 Defense Grid. I don't have a red mana is the only concern. I'll keep it. Hands like this are why I liked, in my previous build, having 4 land grant. We'll play Ancient Tomb Defense Grid. Play the Lion's Eye Diamond, and we'll pass. So now we have to answer the Leyline of the Void. They play Sink in a Stupor as a land. Play the Pyrite Spellbomb, and we're just going to cycle it here. I need to draw mana. Not what I meant. Pass the turn. They play a Voltaic Key, and pass. Mishra's Bauble. We'll just cycle. Karn the Great Creator. Okay, so we know that they have a Karn the Great Creator. Quantum Riddlers are draw, not the best. We'll play another Defense Grid. Pass the turn. Planar Nexus. And they pass. Taiga. So I cannot hardcast the Runehorn Hellkite. I did think about it. I mean, I could gamble for Haywire Might. I think that's the move. Hope to not discard Runehorn Hellkite. Grab the Haywire Might. Hey, that was good. We'll play Haywire Might. Pass the turn. 2 blue, so they drew Grim Monolith that now allows them to play Karn the Great Creator, and my Haywire Might does nothing. Magic is a cruel game. Yep. So the best thing that could happen is we draw like a land grant or something that would then allow me to hardcast Runehorn Hellkite. That's a land grant. Okay. We'll grab Tropical Island. Let's do it. I am the beatdown. Runehorn Hellkite. Attack that garbage card. You know what I'm talking about. I'm at 8 life. They untap the Grim Monolith using Voltaic Key. And now they minus the Karn the Great Creator. And they grab Walking Ballista. Interesting. So I guess they want to kill my Haywire Might. They play a stock up. I'm trying to think what my best draw would be. And I think it's actually like a Mox Opal, so I can hardcast the Quantum Riddler. They play a Soul Guide Lantern, sure. And the Walking Ballista for 1. So they really want to kill my Haywire Mite, I guess. And they do. Okay. Lion's Eye Diamond. We'll attack Karn the Great Creator. And I think I'm going to warp the Quantum Riddler here, because I can cast it next turn off of the Lion's Eye Diamond mana. So we'll draw. Gamble. Oh, I should have played the Diamond, because I would have drawn 2 cards. Whoops. That was dumb. Yeah, I messed up there. We'll play Lion's Eye Diamond. And then we'll gamble here, just for like an Into the Floodmaw. Pass. So next turn I can bounce one of their permanents and then hardcast the Quantum Riddler. I want to call it a dragon, but it's really a Sphinx. I'm aware. But it feels like a dragon to me. In my heart of hearts, they play the One Ring, and Sink in a Stupor is a land, tapped. We'll play the Lotus Petal, bounce the Leyline of the Void, use Lion's Eye Diamond for blue. You know what? Let's play the Quantum Riddler. We'll draw 2, the Lotus Petal, and Quantum Riddler with Warp. So this draws 2. Actually, it draws 3. I realized it after I said 2. There's a Saga. We'll play Artist Talent. Okay, pass the turn. There's no point in attacking. They have ring protection. They draw off the One Ring. They have 9 cards in their hand. They're using Manifold Key. They untap the ring. Now they draw 3 cards. 12 cards in their hand total. They untap Grim Monolith with a Voltaic Key. 6 mana for a Transmute Artifact. 1 short of... No, they're not 1 short. Okay, because they sacrificed the One Ring. So now they grab Paradox Engine, and I'm probably dead here. Grim Monolith, so now all their artifacts untap. They make more mana, sure. You have all the mana in the world. Karn the Great Creator. You've already used your Walking Ballista. Now they minus the Karn the Great Creator with 17 mana floating. They grab another copy of the One Ring. Alright, I'm going to pick it up. We've lost this one. They're just going to keep on casting spells until they've drawn their entire library. And I can't kill them because they have ring protection. So there's no way for us to win. Alright, so let's talk about the deck list. I loved Quantum Riddler. I do believe that it was a major upgrade. I'm going to give some harsh feedback here, John. I think a couple of your other changes made the deck worse. Going down to 2 Veil of Summers did not feel good, especially when we faced nothing but blue decks. I understand wanting to go down on protection so that way you can combo, more freely and more efficiently. But we were just punished by it the whole league. Our colored sources felt a little constrained because we cut land grants. My previous list had 4 land grant. So we added in 2 Mishra's Baubles and then a extra copy of Taiga compared to the last list that I recorded. And I don't mind the 1 Taiga. If you want to play 3 land grant, 11 lands, I think that's okay. But I think the Mishra's Baubles actively hurt the deck. They do make your Mox Opals active more often, but I think they hurt the protection and consistency with land grant and just having access to all of your colors. So I wouldn't play the Mishra's Baubles again personally. I really liked the Runehorn Hellkite. If you don't want to play more Veil of Summer, which I think you should do, but if you don't want to play more Veil of Summer, I would play another Runehorn Hellkite. I think that's just a change the deck needs. In the sideboard, I don't know if Wear Down is it. Like, I would probably play a 4th Into the Floodmaw before I played a Wear Down. And then maybe a 3rd Surgical Extraction for Oops All Spells and Dimir Reanimator. That's more of what I'm thinking rather than playing Wear Down. In general, I think your idea of Quantum Riddler was very, very good. I would continue to play that card. I'm just not sure about the Mishra's Bauble change that you made. I think that kind of wasn't great. So that's my feedback. Hopefully you don't mind that I'm being completely honest with you. Everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff that you usually do anyway. And have a great day. Keep storming. What you should do is like, comment, and subscribe because there's no better way to support us. And if you enjoyed this video, head over to moxfield.com and follow us there. It's truly the best deck website on the internet. We update all of our decks there regularly with the latest and greatest technology, so you're always up to date. Once again, go check out Moxfield, and thank you for watching.